Your mind is not a single thing. It is two systems running in parallel, and they are in constant conflict. One is fast, intuitive, automatic. It makes snap judgments and almost never stops to think. The other is slow, deliberate, careful. It takes effort, uses resources, and exhausts you. Most of the time, you think you are making rational decisions. You are actually operating on automatic pilot, and you have almost no idea how often you are wrong. In the next 10 minutes, you'll understand exactly why and what to do instead. Daniel Kahneman is a psychologist and economist who won the Nobel Prize in economics. For 50 years, he studied how people make decisions, not how they should make decisions according to economic theory, but how they actually make them. What he discovered was a pattern. Humans are not the rational creatures we think we are. We are creatures of habit, emotion, and unconscious bias. Kahneman compiled decades of research into a single book designed to help you understand your own mind, to see the invisible patterns that control how you think, judge, and decide. The first insight is the foundation of everything. Your brain is a machine with two modes of thinking, and the difference between them explains almost everything about human decision-making. System 1 is your automatic thinking, fast, intuitive, effortless. It makes snap judgments, recognizes patterns, and keeps you alive by reacting instantly. System 2 is your deliberate thinking, slow, logical, requiring effort. It is what you think of as your real self, your conscious mind. But here is the problem. System 1 is the one running most of your life, and System 1 is deeply irrational. Most people believe they are thinking when they are actually just reacting. You see two numbers and instantly believe they are related. You see a confident person and instantly believe they know what they are talking about. You see a statistic and instantly accept it as fact. All of this is System 1 at work. System 2 is watching from the back seat, too lazy to argue, letting System 1 drive. Think about the last time you made a major decision, a job choice, a relationship, an investment. How much time did you spend consciously thinking? Or did you just feel like it was right and move forward? That feeling was System 1. And it was probably wrong. Write down one decision you made in the last month. Write down which system you think made it, intuition or deliberate thought. Write down whether that decision turned out well or poorly. For your next major decision, commit to spending 1 hour in System 2, thinking before deciding. The second insight explains why smart people make stupid decisions. It is called anchoring. When you see a number, any number, it becomes a reference point for everything that follows. A researcher shows you the number 45 and asks you to guess a country's population. You will guess higher than someone who saw the number 15 first. The number you see first becomes an anchor that pulls your judgment, even when you know it should not. This is not a flaw that only affects the careless. It affects experts. It affects economists. It affects you, whether you know it or not. A judge is more likely to give a harsh sentence if the prosecutor suggests a harsh sentence, even if the judge thinks the suggestion is absurd. A negotiator who names the first number almost always wins. You cannot see the anchor working on you. That is the point. The power of anchoring extends to every decision. If a shirt is marked down from $100 to $60, you feel like you are getting a deal. But if it was always $60, you feel ripped off. The number you see first rewires your perception of value. This explains why prices are set the way they are, why people overpay for things, why you feel rich or poor, depending on what you compare yourself to. Identify one area of your life where anchoring is affecting you. A salary negotiation, a purchase price, a career comparison. Research what the actual baseline is without the anchor. Make your decision based on that number, not the one you were shown first. The third insight is the most dangerous one. It is called the illusion of understanding. You believe you understand why people do what they do. You believe you see patterns that allow you to predict the future. You believe your intuitions are based on real expertise. All of these beliefs are mostly false. Kahneman describes asking people to predict future stock market returns. Incredibly intelligent people with decades of experience make these predictions with complete confidence. They explain their reasoning. It sounds logical, but the research is clear. Their predictions are no better than chance. They have the illusion of understanding. They believe they see patterns that are not there. This happens because your brain is a pattern-seeking machine. It sees a few data points and invents a story to explain them. The story feels true. It feels like understanding, but it is just a story. And because it feels so real, you act on it with complete confidence. You make major life decisions based on predictions that are essentially random. The antidote is humility. The most accurate predictor of the future is usually the past. Simple statistics, not expert intuition. A formula beats an expert. Consistency beats confidence. But people would rather listen to a confident person with a story than a boring statistic. So you make decisions based on the illusion of understanding, not on evidence. Ask yourself, on what am I basing this decision? Am I relying on a gut feeling or on evidence? Am I seeing a pattern because it is really there, or because my brain invented one? What would the simple statistical answer be if I just looked at what happened last time? Trust the boring answer more than the confident expert. The fourth insight is loss aversion. This is perhaps the most important principle in all of decision-making. People hate losses more than they like gains. Losing $100 hurts twice as much as winning $100 feels good. This asymmetry, this extreme fear of loss, explains why people hold losing investments, why they avoid taking risks, why they stay in bad situations. Loss aversion is not rational. It is not based on logic. It is a remnant of your evolutionary past. In an environment where resources were scarce and one mistake could mean death, being afraid of loss was adaptive. But in a modern world where most losses are recoverable, loss aversion becomes a prison. It prevents you from taking the risks necessary to build wealth, pursue opportunities, make changes. You see a chance to move jobs or start a business. You focus on what you will lose, the salary, the security, the identity you have built. You do not focus on what you will gain, and so you stay. Loss aversion keeps you stuck. It makes you hold losing stocks instead of selling them. It makes you stay in relationships that are not working. It makes you avoid the very things that would improve your life because you are afraid of the loss. Identify one area of your life where loss aversion is holding you back, a risk you want to take, a change you want to make. Write down what you will lose. Write down what you will gain. Write down the probability of each. Then decide based on the math, not on the fear of loss. Here is the framework in full. System 1 is automatic and mostly irrational, yet it controls most of your decisions. System 2 is where real thinking happens, but it is lazy and easily swayed. Anchors are invisible yet powerful. They shape what you think is possible. The illusion of understanding makes confident experts worse predictors than simple statistics. And loss aversion keeps you stuck in situations that no longer serve you. Kahneman's point is not that you are stupid. His point is that your mind has predictable patterns of error. If you understand those patterns, you can guard against them. If this resonated, the full book is worth your time. It is dense with research and examples, revealing how your mind actually works beneath your conscious awareness. Link to Thinking, Fast and Slow on Audible is in the description below. First month completely free. And if you want the one-page PDF summary of the 4 ideas covered today, it's in my free newsletter. Link in the description. Subscribe if this helped. See you in the next one.